Now, if I could build my dream garage, there are 4 sport bikes I'd have. Number 1, R1. Number 2, V4S. Number 3 is gonna be the H2. And then number 4 would be that S1K RR. But now we gotta get in the part that's not so fun, and it's which bike in the fleet has to go. What's up, guys? It's your boy FastLaneD, and today we're gonna do a full garage tour of all the bikes in the garage, and one of the bikes has to go. I know a lot of you are gonna be upset about this bike going, but first, y'all know what time it is, baby. It's time for that cold start. And some of you might have noticed the new additions to Lacey, which I've been loving. We got the FastLaneD sticker over here, and we added the decal over here. And some of y'all been asking how I've been loving a 1299. I've been commuting on this bike actually, and absolutely love it. I've been running some errands on it today, so it is already warm, but we can still do the cold start. We'll call it the warm start. Man, Lacey. I love how you can start to see the oil gather there. All right, but enough talking. Let's go ahead and pull the rest of the bikes in the FastLane fleet out, baby. Alright guys, here's the official FastLane fleet. Man, that's crazy. Now before we get into this video, I want to start off by saying that this video is not meant to brag in any sort of way. I'm extremely blessed to have these 4 motorcycles in my name. Yes, there are people in much better places with me. Yes, I am blessed than some other people, but I want you guys to know that this is all possible 100% if you grind and put in that hard work. It's not going to be easy in any way, shape, or form, but it's always worth it. All right, enough ranting. Let me get off my soapbox. Let's get into this video. We're gonna do cold starts on all the vehicles except for the Ducati, because that's the bike that I rode here, but the rest of them have been sitting. Now, before we get into these cold starts, I do have some bad news, and the news is that I lost the keys to all my bikes. Yeah, I had them earlier this week, and I went to go pull them all out of the storage unit, and I don't know where the keys are. They just magically vanished. Search the storage unit, search everywhere, and I cannot find them. Luckily, I do have spare keys for all the bikes except for Storm. And in my opinion, Storm is the best sounding bike in the entire fleet. But anyways, all right, let's start off with, in no particular order, Husky. So, if y'all don't know, this is my 2019 Husqvarna 701. Now I bought this bike a few months ago, and the main purpose of it was I wanted to do a winter build on it, because I wanted to go off-roading with it and just do stuff that I haven't done with these bikes, because these bikes are all meant to be on the road, and I didn't have anything that I could go off-roading with. So I wanted to get into that realm of motorcycling. Now, unfortunately, that hasn't happened yet, but honestly, I've been mostly using this bike for commuting purposes. This bike is literally the ultimate commuter. Out of all the bikes we have in the fleet, I love riding this bike on a daily basis the most. It's the easiest to ride. It wheelies really easily. It's super, super light. And honestly, the best part about the Husky is that I don't have to worry about it. So when I park this bike anywhere, I'm not worried about people sitting on it, someone knocking it over, because it's a freaking supermoto. It's essentially a dirt bike at the end of the day. So it just, I don't know. Having that peace of mind is honestly priceless. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. There's a dog. Now, I do have videos going over all the mods for these bikes, so I will throw that in the description so you guys can go check it out if you are interested. It's got sliders, it's got aftermarket turn signals in the front and in the rear. I absolutely love this tail light. I'll let you guys check it out when I do start it. It's got a bar and mirror, it's got a phone mount, which is awesome when you are commuting. Just throw your phone in there. But let's go ahead and get this cold start, baby. Hey. All right, I'm not gonna lie, this thing has the weakest cold start out of all the bikes, but it don't matter. Oh man, that's funny. It does have the Aero slip-on exhaust on it. It runs down. It's got a little carbon fiber exhaust cover. This thing is a sweet little bike. I know a lot of people hate on Supermotos, but I hated on them until I rode one, and this thing is incredible. I love riding this bike. And you guys can see the sleek little tail light here. Look how cool that is. And you can see the turn signal. Boom. Now that is sleek. All right, but enough of that. But yeah, that is the Husky right there. Moving on, we'll go on and move on to the V-Rod. Now here we got my 2011 Harley-Davidson V-Rod Muscle Baby. Now, this is the ultimate cruiser in my opinion. And I haven't done a lot to this bike, but I want to do a sick build on this. Like I want to do an absolutely insane build because the possibilities with this bike are insane. Now the biggest thing that attracted me to the V-Rod, are you kidding me? Ruined my video. God. Now her name is Ivy, and you guys know why I call her that. It's because of the beautiful green lights that this thing has, and it makes it such a fun bike to ride at night with those lights. I never would have thought I would be the one to say that, but I love the lights on this thing. Man, look at that booty, baby, from this angle. Sheesh! Ah, let's go! And man, it's kind of hard to pick up on camera, but this thing is a 260 in the rear. So it is absolutely menacing looking. Like some cars only have 260s back there. I have a pretty big hand, and my hand does not cover that. To put in perspective, the freaking Ducati has a 200 in the rear, and look at this. My hand covers that very, very, very easily. On the V-Rod, nope. It is thick, baby. That's how they should be, you know what I'm saying? And this bike is probably one of the fastest Harleys ever made. Like I said, I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm actually wrong, but there is not a Harley that's this brutally fast. I absolutely love the 1250 motor that's in here, and one day I'm gonna do an insane build on this bike. I've also got the Tab Performance exhaust on it, which also sounds very mean. Let's go and get the cold start on this thing. And as it turns out, I think the battery in this key is dead because the bike is not registering that the key is near, as you can see by those flashing lights. So yeah. I'll throw in a clip of a cold start right now. Woo! Yes, sir. Woo! Listen to them bold eagles, baby. Now, moving on, we got one of my faves, Storm. Y'all don't know Storm. This is my 2014 Yamaha R1. This bike about 3 years ago, and I absolutely love it. This is one of my dream bikes for the longest, and when I was able to afford this bike after saving up for about a year or so, it was just such an incredible and amazing and gratifying feeling. Like, this bike means more to me than just a bike. I know it's not the fastest bike in the world, but to me, this bike just means so much more. A lot of you guys came to this channel because of this bike, so I have a big attachment with this bike. I don't know if I'll ever be able to sell this bike. I still am in love with this bike. I mean, look at those angry freaking headlights, man. Oh my God. She just looks pissed off. But by far, my favorite thing about Storm is the way she sounds. The crossplane motor paired with the Toast exhaust and the M4 mid-pipe is unmatched. No other manufacturer even comes close to replicating the beautiful sound that this bike makes. I've done a decent amount to this bike. I've done like the levers, exhaust, you got the tire stickers, you got the light tech chain adjusters in the back, stump grip tank pads, you got the gas cap, aftermarket tail light, which I love the smoke tail light, aftermarket chain. I'm actually down a tooth in the front sprocket up there. If y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all know that I have new fairings for this bike, and I've showed you guys the color a few times on Instagram. So if you're not following, make sure you go follow your boy. It's right here. Woo! Check that out. Like, what are you doing? Why are you not following your boy? Come on now, go follow real quick, because you're missing out on some good stuff. And I also have a quick shifter that I'm going to install, and the ECU is going to get flashed as of tomorrow. And of course, there will be a review video once it gets back to me. Like I said, I don't have the key to start her right now, which is killing me. But lucky enough, that night I lost the keys, I actually did record a cold start. All right, cold start on Storm. Get the old school analog tag. Let's go. I love how the headlights are gonna go from green and then they're gonna slowly turn to yellow. Now, if that's not cool, I don't know what is. Bike is nuts. Now, last but certainly not least is the latest addition to the fleet. It is a 2017 Ducati 1299 Panigale S, baby. This bike, this is an incredible looking bike. If you guys want to know why I bought this bike, I'll throw in the video explaining exactly how I ended up with this bike, why I bought this bike, because this was not the bike that I was planning to buy. I wanted Ducati, but I wanted the V4S. You want to know the mods? I will throw in a video where I went over all the mods right here. If you're interested, make sure you go check that out. You got the carbon fiber wheel cover, which a lot of you guys hate this. It's one of those things where you either hate it or you love it. You do have downshift logos in there, which is also really cool. But he did wrap this red, so this is a wrap that I can peel off. I don't know, what do y'all think? Should I keep it red or should I peel the wrap off? I think it looks sick red. It just gives it that unique look. Like when you see that wheel cover on there, you know it's my bike. But man, y'all have already heard the cold start on this bike, so I'm not gonna do it again, but this thing does sound good. If I had to rank them from 1 to 4 on the best sounding exhaust, I'm going number 1 with the R1. Number 2 really is a toss up between the V-Rod and the Ducati. I think the V-Rod might have the Ducati beat, not gonna lie. I love how this sounds. It just sounds like American Eagles, baby. Like that true American muscle Harley obnoxious sound. This bike's got it. Now the Termion exhaust does sound good, but it's very bassy. That's one thing that I will say that Ducati is lacking. I feel like they can make the bike sound a little bit better, but they do a lot of other things amazing. And then number 4, we're gonna do it to the Husky. Sorry. But now we gotta get in the part that's not so fun, and it's which bike in the fleet has to go. If you were to take a guess on which bike I am selling, throw it down in the comment section below before I answer this question. I'm very curious as to what you guys think. And if you said Storm, my 2014 Yamaha R1, you're wrong, because Storm ain't going nowhere. It's the Husky. I'm not gonna play with you guys. It's the Supermoto 701. I'm really, honestly, strongly considering selling this bike. And the main reason being that is I love the commute on it, but for the channel, I haven't really rode it. I don't really know what direction I want to go with that bike. It's an incredible bike, don't get me wrong. I ride it a lot off camera, but for the channel, I just don't feel like you guys enjoy the bike that much. I know there's some people that do love the bike and came here for the 701, but for the majority of the people that follow the channel, those videos that I do on the Supermoto never really do that well. And ever since I got the Ducati, I've been commuting on this bike a ton, so the Supermoto really hasn't been getting a lot of use. So I am actually really sad to see this bike go, because like I said, I love it. I don't have any complaints about this bike. It's helped me get better at wheelies because this thing is super easy to wheelie, and it's also taught me that you don't need a ton of power to have fun on two wheels. It's probably the slowest. It actually is the slowest out of the fleet, but I do have a ton of fun on this thing. I'm debating on if I want to replace it with either a super naked bike. Like, I really love, don't get me wrong, I love the MT-10. I don't know if I'd want to own that bike, especially with having an R1 already. I'm thinking either 1290 Superduke KTM, or just save that money and put it down towards when the new Toyota Tundra comes out. I've been holding out on buying a new truck for a while because I wanted to wait for the new Toyota Tundra, and I think I'm gonna get it. Like that, I just love how it looks. Biggest complaint about it is that it's not a V8. So that really sucks, but everything else Toyota did perfect. It's prime time to sell. People are buying. It's in the middle of the riding season. I don't want to wait until the winter and decide to sell it and then have a hard time doing so. So I think the Husky's gonna go, and we're gonna put that money either towards a new truck, or we'll put it towards a 1290 or an H2 or an S1K. Comment down below, do you guys think I'm making a mistake? Should I keep the Husqvarna? Should I sell the Husqvarna? Or is it time? But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. That is the garage update as of June 2021. Every year we will do these updates. Hopefully in June 2022, there's some different bikes on the channel. The fleet right now is epic, but I think we can step up the fast lane fleet to a whole different level. Hopefully one day I can look back at this video and be like, man, remember when I dreamed of having those bikes in the garage? And now I have them. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Guys, if y'all enjoyed that video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, join the Fast Lane gang. Lacey, Storm, Ivy, and Husky. We out, baby. Peace.